good evening there. You're watching QTV Youth Dialogue and I am your host, Jennifer Sonko. It's always good to be back. So last week, if you can remember, I did say that we'll be joined again by Mam Degen Faye, and she'll be delving more into the work of women in liberation and leadership. And yes, we were able to achieve that. She's here with us. And aside from that, we will also be joined by participants of the TVET competition. So this particular TVET competition is meant for national competitions, as well as after that they will get to represent Gambia internationally. So I think it's a very good thing, and I'm looking forward to just seeing more young people embrace TVET. You know, some people are just technically there, some are academically, so we have to accept that and try to distinguish it in a very positive way. That's what we need to do. But generally, I think the narrative is changing, and eventually we'll get there. So I'm not going to say this at the end of the program today. I'm going to say it in the beginning, which is, as a show, we are still, you know, struggling with sponsors. Obviously, we have Action Aid with us. They allow us to, with the support that we get from Action Aid, we're able to go across rural Gambia to be able to, you know, just show the work of young people in rural Gambia. But we need to go beyond. There are crazy things that we want to do in the urban areas, even in the rural areas, but we cannot achieve that. We can only achieve that if we get your support. So come on to the Safe Space for Young People and talk to our marketing team. It's not expensive, I promise. Yes, Mam Degen, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me again, Jainaba.
Yeah. Yes, it's good to have you back.
It's good to be here, and I'm excited to continue the conversation from where we stopped yesterday. So, but just before we start the conversation, I would just like to plead to the general public, support the show. Support the show. It is giving young people a platform, and if there's any show that should be supported, it's this one. So donors, come on and support Jainaba and the Youth Dialogue.
Yes, you guys, for the past 4 years or something. And you know, it's part of, if not the first show on QTV, yes, something like that. So, you know, and that actually shows diversity, how much, you know, as a TV, we are ready to just ensure that all demographics are represented equally. And young people, we know how before this show came on, how, you know, the underrepresentation and just a lot of things that we've highlighted, the successes are there. So len bëggee tam mën nañ leen a wax suñu successes yi de waaye dañ fee fanaan te dañ ko nangu ñu listal leen ko fii si programme bi waaye anyway we'll let that pass till another time. But Mam Degen, thank you so much for coming back on the program, and let's just take our conversation to listening circles. And I'm going to open the lines quite early today because I want people to call and ask and also put in their ideas because they already know from last week what we were discussing, and you can simply connect to this and call and contribute and tell us what your take is. So, listening circles. When we talked about it, I got some people tell me, man ñeme ñu ma listening circles. Te man sax as a person, how na ñeme, why man xam nga hit na sa man sa dinga ne ñeme na, because I sit on TV and talk about things that uncomfortable things that people feel we shouldn't talk about. But this about listening circles, you go deeper. So how safe is it generally?
Okay. So listening circles are important, but it's also important to make safe spaces safe. At least that is our slogan for the work that we do at Will. So I cannot talk about, or I cannot get into all listening circles that are held by all organizations in the Gambia. But what I can really talk about is our safe spaces and our listening circles, and what strategies and what we do to make sure that these listening circles are safe. So the number one thing that we try to promote and we try to instill in all of the people that come for our listening circles is confidentiality. So because if people are coming to your listening circle, if people are coming into your safe space, it is important that they know and they understand that the stories that they share, because people are coming to be vulnerable, to open up. People are coming to talk about things that they necessarily would not talk about anywhere. For our safe spaces, people sometimes open up about things that they've never talked about before. So because of that, it is important that before we even start the talk, before we even start sharing stories, we make sure that all of the participants understand that this is a safe space. And the first way that we can make it safe is by ensuring that we all respect the confidentiality of the people that are sharing their stories here. Because obviously, if people share their stories and you go and tell your friend that or another person, we cannot go and beat them or take them to the police or anything like that. So we believe in the trust. We believe in having an understanding as women, because for our listening circle specifically, it's just women. It's women only listening circles.
Right.
Excuse me. So that is what we do. The other thing that we also do to try to make the listening circle accommodating, to try to make it safe, is just be non-judgmental.
Yes.
Obviously. You have your story to share. Somebody else have their story to share.
Right.
You may have something to say about that. You may have an opinion, but if it's not something positive, if it's not something supporting, please keep it to yourself.
So, mental health. Now that takes me to mental health.
Yeah.
So what is the state of these people's mental health, these young women that
Yeah.
actually come to these listening circles? Because mental health, I came to realize, the faneka lo hamne bilig understanding bi nekut fa.
Thank you.
Te si ñun la wara doore ñun xale yi as young people because ñun ñooy mag narrative bi su change te from us ñun dañoo continuer di wane xay luy mental health man dégg naa fi ku wane sa mental health yëfi reewaandal.
I've heard that
Come
before.
talk di wax ne man suma mental health is affected because of something réew la. So I'm going to just open the lines now because we want to know public, especially coming from young people, what do you do to safeguard your mental health as a young person? That's my question to all of you. What do you do to safeguard it? And when people come to you to talk about mental health, how much do you accommodate the individual? So call us on 5050505, 5050505 and tell us what your take is on this. So what's normally the state of this people?
I agree. You know, mental. You know, when you're sick, sometimes the signs are visible, your symptoms are visible, but it's not always the case with mental health.
Yeah.
For some people, they are dealing with things. They can't sleep, for instance,
Wow.
because of the trauma that they have gone through or something that they've endured. Some people would come to our safe spaces or our listening circles. They would share. And they would go home and they're like, my life feels so much better now because I shared. Or I felt a weight lifted off me because I was able to come to your safe space and unburden myself.
Yes.
So we have to listen because there are so many things, Jaina, in our culture, in our society, people cannot speak about.
Wow.
So,
yeah,
people, especially women. So, and it's not just younger women, it's older women too. We have a safe space that anyone can come to. So even if you just want to come and cry, the room is there, it's very comfortable. So the safe space is not just necessarily us just being there and you listening, or we listening to your story, but it's a room that we have. And this room is safe, this room is comfortable, it's for anyone to come in. But when it comes to mental health, we do not recognize these things. It's like hamut bopam, ki dafa rew, o bu ma ci gëna naxari dafa bari jiko.
Dafa bari jiko.
Yeah. When they are dealing with things. So for us, it's always about how do we create the space so that people who are dealing with things that are similar are there. And one of the things that, because you build a bond with those people, it's also
a
bond, yeah. Wow. So you see some people, they come to our safe spaces once, twice, they never say a word.
Wow, am nañ caller on the line, so ñu wax ak kii su ko defee moom mu wax ñu lan mooy tegam on mental health.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum. What's your name and where you calling from?
I'm calling from Brigana.
Yes, so what is your take on our topic? You know, we started with listening circles, people just opening up. We lost that, but hopefully he'll come back. Yes, looking forward to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was just saying, some people come to our safe spaces. They can come once, twice, 3 times, and they would not say a word. But
you
talk, and they would listen. Yeah, but by the 4th time, they would feel so comfortable that they would share. So for some people, just being in an environment where they know that they are believed because of whatever they have gone through. Let's say, for example, rape. Some survivors will tell you that I do not want to go through the trauma of going to police, going to court, people finding out, but I just want to share my story with people who would listen to me and people who would believe me. And when they get access to the space and they share, they say they feel good. So it's about also the bonding. It's about ensuring that these women, the women that are coming, understand that it's about sharing, it's about listening, it's about respecting, and it's about not being non-judgmental.
Yeah, I think the issue of being just non-judgmental about it is a good thing. And the space is open for anyone to just come in.
Yeah, so we have a safe space where we deal with the survivors of the past regime. Those who've gone through the TRRC process. But the space is generally open. If you are a survivor, you can just walk in. We have a room. You can just, some people just come and they sit there the whole day. And they're like, when they leave, when we ask them, what has this done for you? They say, you don't know, like we cannot measure how the impact it has on our life for us to just come here and sit. So, you know, everybody, what people need are different. Some people need different things. And for some people, it's for people to listen to their stories. For some people,
so we have a caller on the line, Ma'am Dege, and then we'll be right back. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
What is your name and where you're calling from?
Man dama bëgg a denc suma tur de waaye dama bëgg a compte because topic bi ngeen a wax dafa interesting trop.
waa baax na waaye tur bi nag dinaa ko investigate waaye wax ñu.
ah.
waa jox ñu sa contribution waaye dinaa investigate sa tur.
waaw suma tur Dawda la.
ok all right so jot naa la so lan mooy sa contribution si programme bi.
suma contribution bi mooy gis nga feebar yàlla moo koy teg nit. waaw kon su fekkee ni ki yàlla mooy teg nit feebar. su nit feebaree warloo daw ku feebar. nit ki bu feebaree nga daw ko. kon mu ngi mel ni ki yow yaa ngi yokk feebaram.
waaw léegi ma laajte la. ma laajte la léegi doguma la sax ma laajte la. because gis nañ Gambia fii xëj na nit su amee mental health problems. xëj na mental health nekkul rek xëj na nit wérut di dox si mbeeda bi am na ñoo xam ne ñu ngi am mental health te ñu ngi si kër yi so lan mooy sa xalaat si loolu ak naka la leen nit ñi mun a dimbalee.
Well, that has created a conducive environment for them. That is stimulating enough to be able to accommodate them.
Right.
Nikki, the moment mu am a conducive environment, lum fever, mu xam ne yaa ngi ko accommodate. Rek dafa you know, xam nga naka lañ ko waxee daal.
Dafa feel comfortable.
Waaw. Comfort.
Okay. So jërëjëf si sa contribution bi I think it's very important te dafa mel ni yow sax da nga xaw a understand yii de. dafa mel ni da nga xaw a understand yii de.
Man because di xam nga concern la nit ki yow man mun naa feebar yow mun ngaa feebar.
waaw wax dëgg.
so te feebar yàlla koy teg nit. nit ki su feebaree soo ko dawee da ngaa yokk feebaram.
wax dëgg. wax dëgg.
nit bu feebaree dafa soxla moromi doomu aadamaam. kooku won ko ne ko sa feebar bi nim la dalee léegi ni mun naa génn ci yow at any time.
wax dëgg.
waaye nga ko daw wala nga ko yokk stress. kon yow yow lépp lu munta ka mel yaa ko teg.
jërëjëf Mr Dawda dafa mel ni man jot naa la ba am tur bi sax waaye boobu xaaral ma bàyyi ba beneen bés ñu dugga si loolu waaye jërëjëf si sa li nga yokk si programme bi ne you know comfort. I know our topic is not really mental health per se but whatever the case, it's part of what you do.
It's part of it, yes.
It's 100%.
Yes. And it's very important what he said. He said it goes to the issue of stigmatization. When people have mental health issues and you stigmatize them, they try to cover it. People can be suffering from depression. They can be suffering from anxiety or other things. But when you stigmatize it, you are stopping that person from actually seeking help, speaking out, and getting the help that they need. So it is very important that we do not stigmatize people when they are going through mental health issues or when they have mental health issues. So I think that is very, very important. And to go back to what you said, the work that we do, we work on SGB, sexual and gender-based violence. And the survivors of SGBV, some of them actually struggle.
They struggle, right? So I'll just stop you there.
There's another call.
Yes, it seems I opened the line too early, but I also wanted this sense of interaction to come in. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Naka nga tuda ak fo ñoo callé. What's your name and where you calling from?
Omar Diallo, maa ngi call Basse.
Basse, that's a good thing. So Omar, yow lan mooy sa xalaat si topic bi tey?
Seen programme bi dafa neex trop.
Jërëjëf.
Because man sax Basse fii dama day gis ay boy ndaw yu mel noonu suma waaye gars yi di leen seete noonu si yoon bi. te yeneen seen waajur yi sax borom xaalis la waaye ñeneen may no problème ne soo leen toppatoo rek mu mun a faj booy waaye noo leen dee bàyyi ñeneen di fanaan doo dee understand
dëgg la
ba pare ñun Gambia il faut ñu change attitude because yeneen ay affaire drogue yi nii affaire yu xam ne daf doy mandiloo ni bi spécial Basse fi dafa bari trop so loolu dañ ko war a seetaade after ñi xam ne ñeneen nekk si rajo yi di ak si media nii ngeen gisee police yi di def si doole because si drogue yu bari ñu ngi dugga fii si frontière yi leen dee duggee baag yi ay sareet yi ay motorcycle yi leen dee duggee
dëgg la
because def day am lu ndey def si drinks yi nii ñu naan ko
dëgg la
so yooyu yëpp bokk na si lu xam ne ni ñu ngi mental boys yi.
waaw jërëjëf si sa contribution bi.
loolu yéen ñi nekk si télé ngeen ko do loolu. di gisante ak yi ñi nekk si kanam.
Kañ.
Why attitude have to be changed.
Yeah, that's true. I totally agree.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that, and calling from Basse and telling us ne Basse tamit yu mel ni mu ngi fa happen. And I think he said something very important, that is sometimes problem bu ndaw la dee nekk comme will ñi ngeen a gis ay problems yu ndaw la. It's just a matter of xëj na nit déglu leen and mu dem.
Exactly. And then he spoke about something very important. Parents and that's the thing with mental health. It doesn't discriminate. Just like anyone can have malaria or anyone can have another sickness. Anyone can suffer from a mental health issue. So it doesn't discriminate. It's just what we really need to work towards is making sure that people have access and making sure that when we see the signs, when people are suffering from mental health issues, we support them and help them get the help they need, and we do not discriminate or stigmatize them, because when we do that, we don't help them, we don't help society, and we don't help ourselves, because it could be any one of us.
That is absolutely true. You talked about mentorship for kids where they come in batches. You just talked about it briefly. I think you need to talk about it again. Maybe if they're young girls watching there that want to join the next batch, they can easily do it. So how does it work?
Definitely. So we have an adolescent program, a mentorship program for adolescent girls. So this program, we focus on 10 girls per batch, because the reason why we choose 10 girls per batch is because we want to focus on each girl, and we want to make sure that we know you. We want to make sure, you know, when the class is too big sometimes, you can give
Tell me about it, public schools.
Exactly. You can give each one the attention that they need. So we work with 10 girls for a period of 4 weeks. After 4 weeks, we enlist another 10 girls. So basically what we do in this program is basically educate them on their rights, on sexual and reproductive health rights, on leadership, on confidence, because one of my personally favorite topics that we talk to with the girls are values. What are your values? What form your core values? And what role does values play in your life? So that is my favorite topic, and part of the mentorship program, that is the first topic that we talk to the girls with.
So talk to us about it. Let's pretend we're having the mentorship program now. You know, what are these values? What are these core values that you actually instill in these, you know, young girls? And I'm happy you asked them instead of telling them this
exactly
should be
your values.
It's a question.
Exactly, it's a question. And the reason why we ask the question, we don't tell, is because we want the girls to be introspective. We want you to think, what is important to me? What is not important to me? Where do I want to work? What do I want to do in life? What really ignites, or what really makes me think this way? What really makes me think that this is wrong and this is right? Because a value essentially, your values or your core values essentially are just your principles, your guidance, and they basically help you to determine the difference between right and wrong. So it is basically very important that we look back and be introspective and think, what is important to me and why is it important to me? Another thing that we talk to with the girls is, where do you get these values from? Some of them say school, some of them say my values are from Islam, my religion, some of them say family, some of them say friends, and you know, and then we ask them to list these values. So when they say friends, family, schools, and we say, are these values positive or are these values negative? So the whole goal is for you to think, for you to be introspective, and to determine for yourself what your values are. So that is one of my favorite topics too. Actually my favorite topic that we talk to with the girls.
So I think another thing that is worth talking about is the issue of the coming of the Ministry of Agenda, Children and Social Welfare. You know, it's part of the significant strides that the UNICEF or just the government always points at to say, oh, we have this in 2019. It changed the narrative. It's a game changer. Like Ade, my boss, will put it. You know, so what's your take on it? 2019, I know you can't measure really impacts because it's within a short period, and construction of just sectors and everything have to be put in place. But what's your take generally about it, and kind of pointing at it to say this is a game changer?
Yeah, to be honest, I think it is good. It's a good step on the part of the government to basically have a Ministry of Gender. But I believe that it is important that we have it, and I think a lot of work can be done as long as we push it and ensure that the strategies are there. But I also feel that there's room for improvement. I believe that the ministry can actually do more to collaborate with civil society organizations, because as civil society organizations, our reach is far. Civil society has been here, especially working on issues like FGM, child marriage. Our reach is far. We've been to all corners of the country. So I believe that it's important that the ministry can actually work with civil society organizations and basically coordinate. But I feel like it's a good step, and it's a step in the right direction. Just a few weeks ago, we were in Switzerland for the Gambia's review. Exactly.
Go ahead.
Yeah, for the Gambia's review. And that is one of the questions that was raised, because our take was basically, just to sum up our shadow report to the government report, was basically that we have laws, but what about enforcement? We need to enforce these laws. And one of the points that the government raised at that review when there were questions was that, let's say on the issue of FGM, people do not report. So we talked about, we had the law on FGM since 2015, but I think about less than one case was taken to court. So basically, on the part, and we know FGM is happening. We know people are taking their kids across the border to subject them to female genital mutilation. So we cannot just accept from the government, oh, people do not report. So what are you doing to ensure that people know the law on FGM? What are you doing to train police officers so that they are better equipped, their capacity is improved on investigating and prosecuting cases of FGM? What are you doing to ensure that the public knows that if you take your girl, or if you subject a girl child to female genital mutilation, you will be prosecuted? So it is not just enough to have the law. It is essential, and it is quite important that the law is fully enforced. Because Jainaba, if the law is just there on paper and there's no enforcement, people were like, yeah, it's a crime, but and there's no punishment. So people will feel no fear with regards to actually, going to do that.
Alhamdulillah, for one thing, we have now gender champions like Usman Jah, Imam Usman Jah, who is an imam. Ko hamne, I'm not bad. The imam la, because then they mbubu religion, and you get people like Imam Jah, they are gender champions. Waruta am. So we have a caller on the line, and then we will get back to the conversation. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Naka nga tuda ak fo ñoo kole?
May tuda Musa Diallo, calling from Serekunda.
Okay, what's your take on our discussion?
Very interesting. I think I have a lot of things to contribute, but I'll just summarize and say I like this idea of safe spaces that you've been talking about. And I feel these safe spaces are one avenue which we should really try as a country to extend their coverage. Because when it comes to sexual violence, sexual and gender-based violence, let me say, it's very prevalent in this country. And a lot of ladies or a lot of women are victims of SGBV. But you'll find that, I mean, I'm talking anecdotally, but I think they don't have such avenues where they can really be able to express themselves and be provided with support. Because, and when that happens, you'll find that this is what results to mental health. So I feel, I don't know, I missed the beginning of this conversation, and I don't know which organization your guest is from.
Yes, so she will just tell you now.
Okay, so I am from the organization Women in Liberation and Leadership. So we are a women's rights organization, and we've been here for over 3 years.
Excellent. I think you're doing a good job, and I feel, I don't know how, in terms of coverage, I mean, which regions or which part of the country you are operating in, but I feel this is something that should be replicated across the entire country.
Yes.
Because I feel this is not only within Greater Banjul area, but you'll be surprised to know that, I mean, communities as far as you are victims of sexual and gender-based violence. And I feel also we should also include the boys. I mean, those who perpetrate I mean, there are a lot of them out there. Probably is a lack of awareness, and I feel if we can have, I mean, safe spaces for boys as well, where they will be taught about, I mean, how they could control their tempers, how they could avoid being violent, how to respect women when they say no.
Yes.
You know, and then also on gender equality as well, I feel they should also be trained on, I mean, sensitized on those things.
Yes.
So I feel a lot of things, this organization is doing a lot, and I feel they should really work closely with other civil society organizations and also the Ministry of Women Affairs or Gender, and see how much they can upscale this. So I can talk on this. I'm really
and we appreciate your contribution. Thank you so much for calling. And I'm happy that majority of our callers are really focusing on rural Gambia and the fact that they also suffer the same things, and we should actually go all the way there. I think it's very important. But Ma'am Degen, due to time constraints, you talked about something. We just have to wrap up quickly because we have another set of guests. But my final question has to do with, you said collaboration. The ministry should collaborate more with civil society and sense of take on that coordination role. So civil society among yourselves, how is your collaboration at that level as well? You know, to further also encourage the ministry to see the need.
Yeah, so thank you very much. So at Women in Liberation and Leadership, like, we understand that collaboration and partnership is important because when we work together, our reach is farther, our reach is wider, and then the impact is greater. For instance, the shadow report that we submitted for the CEDAW review, for the Gambia's review for CEDAW, so we partnered with over 5 civil society organizations in the Gambia to actually submit that report. And partnership, even with our projects, with our outreach missions, we have what we focus on. We have other organizations who focus on other things which they have their expertise in. So when we are going for our outreach, we make sure to invite them so that they can also contribute in that way. So Jainaba, partnerships, the importance of partnerships cannot be overemphasized.
True. So final question. Oh my God, time is up already.
Jainaba, why is it every time I come?
So final question is, you are a lawyer. Why are you not in court? Why are you not in court?
I go to court.
Yeah, but I mean, like, why not? You know, you could have been like
just going to court. Yeah.
So there must be a reason why you choose civil society.
Yes.
Quickly.
So I'm a lawyer, yes, and the reason why I choose to have my practice law and go to court once, but also work with civil society is because this is why I studied law in the first place. I understand that there is a need to actually ensure that access to justice, understand that people know their rights, and that I can use my legal background to actually influence the civil the policy, and also work with young people. You're rushing me, Jainaba.
Yes, I'm rushing you because we
yes, but I believe that I can use my legal skills and other skills that I have to actually impact my community, to give back to my community, and that is why I do civil society part-time and law practice part-time.
But I see you in civil society more than Ma'am Degen in court.
Because that I've always been in civil society.
Yes, that's the thing. But anyway, thank you so much for the work that you do. And thank you so much for coming back.
Thank you for having me. And guys, please sponsor the show.
Yeah, okay. She's emphasizing that now. So she was here last week, and here we are having a continuation. And don't hesitate. Very important conversation we had. Don't hesitate. If you guys have anything new and you feel like it's for young people,
definitely we would be reaching out.
Please do that.
Thank you for having me.
And congratulations. Thank you so much for the work that you do. And eventually, I feel like I might not see you in court again. You solely be for civil society. That's the vibe. That's the vibe I'm feeling right now.
That's the vibe you're feeling. But I will always be in civil society.
Yes.
Always civil society, because we all have to give back to our communities.
Obviously.
Yeah, and we have to, work towards bringing the change that we want to see.
Yeah, but lawyer.
No, but I believe I cannot get that by just going to court.
Why lawyer?
Bougie. No.
No,
not this generation. Not this.
Du yem
du fii du waa fii
waañe waa fan la
du dëkk bii de xaw ma fan la waaye du fii
kon boobu beneen yoon lii duñ ko fi waxee man lii duma ko laal
doo ko laal de
duma ko laal dama koo bàyyi mu jàll Thank you so much, Ma'am Diggin. So we'll go for a short break, and when we come back, we'll be joined by participants of the recently concluded TVET competition. Not recently concluded, actually. It's still ongoing in several other regions, but we'll be having some of the participants here. Like I said, we have to accept that some people are just technically minded, some are just academics, they're just bookworms, that's what they want to do. And then the mindset has to change as to people in TVET and people who do not want to be. You know, it's really normal, and we can all work together to be able to make it in our different ways. And that is what we're trying to encourage. But honestly, I think the narrative has already changed. Seeing young people getting into mobile repairs, tiling, and other things, it's amazing. So we'll be joined by the two participants here, and the conversation will continue. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
World Cup is here. Enjoy the beautiful game of football with our Samsung Smart TV. Enjoy a massive discount on any Samsung TV purchased. We have sizes ranging from 32 to 85 inches, packed with an ever-evolving variety of content and features. The Samsung Smart TV also provides your favorite video on-demand services such as Netflix, Amazon, YouTube, music streaming services, and even various games and sports content to enjoy as you please. For more information, call us on 333 217, on WhatsApp 350-555, or visit our brand shops at the ground floor of QCell building or at the Bruceby turntable. This promo lasts till 30th December. As the fastest growing GSM company in the Gambia, QCell has the widest 4G plus coverage in the country, 3 times faster internet speed than our competitors. So switch now and dial *335# and enjoy what true 4G feels like. QCell, Gambia's trusted network. Espas Motors is the largest and most modern auto service in the Gambia. Espas Motors is the only authorized dealer in Sherry, Mercedes-Benz trucks, Mercedes-Benz buses, Kia, Ford, Futon Mini and Midi buses, Futon trucks. At Espas Motors, we have qualified professionals who use modern technology to diagnose and repair all brands of motor vehicles. Espas Motor services include auto sales, auto repairs, vehicle painting, availability of high-quality spare parts, towing services. We are reachable at any time. Call Espas Motors on 35-2222-2, 353-4444, or locate us on the Bertel Harding Highway. Espas Motors. Have you been looking for the perfect indoor router with long-range Wi-Fi coverage and faster internet speed connecting all your smart devices? Well, we present to you the QCell Indoor Router, a router that has all you need and much more. For just $4,275, you can get 4G plus internet speed, wide coverage, and connect up to 15 devices. And that's not all. The indoor router can be used for both office and home needs. So, enhance your internet experience with our indoor router. For more info, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunubus, we innovate, others follow.
QMoney is back again with its easy-to-use, secure and convenient mobile app that allows you to carry out all your transactions. No matter where you are or what time it is, you can always access your funds. With the new QMoney app, you can cash in and out, buy credit, buy QPower, shop, make payments, and so much more. You can also send QMoney, pay bills, receive international remittances, and transfer cash to others. Just download the app from your Play Store or App Store and get started. For more information, call customer care on 133. QMoney, Sinu Calpe. We innovate, others follow.
World Cup is here.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. If you're just tuning in, you are watching QTV Youth Dialogue. And right now I'm here with participants of the TVET competition that is currently ongoing for both national and international competitions. So I'm so excited to have Binta here because Binta came all the way from Soma, you guys, to come on the show. You know, that means so much to me. You know, we just called you yesterday and she came all the way here, you know, to be on the show with us. That just shows how much you are passionate about what you do, you know. So I'm super excited to just hear everything about the competition and how you were able to also just emerge victorious. So Kekuta Mane as well. Yeah. So Binta is a tailor and Kekuta is a tiler. Suma kirbi nga Thailand mako buguma tile yoyu nga xamne dañ dé am space ci biir ak nga law de tile yu baax la bëgg
waaw problème
waaw dina ñëw ci lolu ci lu gaaw. So yes, Binta, you emerged, you know, victorious. So how do you feel about it, you know, as a tailor, TVET, a woman, male dominated field, you know, how do you feel generally about this situation?
Okay, thank you, Jennifer Sonko, for having me on this platform. And if I could express how I feel about this, I think we're going to spend the whole night here.
Okay.
So I'm just going to summarize it. And this area have been dominated by the males. Like as we know, then our clothes are sewn by the male categories. Like anything like was done by the males. So I just come to realize there's like everybody's born with a potential. We are all born with skills, and it's just left us to tap out those skills in us. So I was into my family.
So we're going to just come back to you shortly, Binta. We're just making sense, flowing. But then, yo, Kekuta Mane, you know, yo, kanya door tiling. Hamga tiling time bobu hejna kuko def sa dañu ne he ki hejna drop out la ki munut academy hamga xam nañ Gambian bi naka la di xalaat negative. So yow naka nga demee bene okay, this is what I love to do and si lii lay dugate dinaa dem.
Yeah, thank you. I started tiling in the year of 2020.
Okay.
So I graduated in 2018. And my paper was not much good, so I see that sitting at home doesn't make any sense to me. So what of then I try and get into something that will benefit me in future. So then I try to do tiling. So then I have a friend who was at Inside Training Center.
Right.
So he's the one who said, boy, why you student not doing nothing? So why then you go to the institution, school institution, you learn something that will help you in future. So that's the way I run to Inside. I get the form, I feel it. And TEL was the time I was going to school. I like working with people who are doing tiling.
Amazing.
But,
see? So which means this is putting academics aside, talent la bo xamne depuis bo nek xalé feel nga ne it's something lo xamne dang ko bëgga def.
Yeah.
So did your parents, what was your parents' take, you know, about yow nga duga into tiling? ñu olofal tuuti because bëgg naa suma yaay yooyu nga xam ne ku bëgg a dugg into tiling ñu ne du fii waaw du fii so yeah.
waaw mo ñëwee nga suma gars yi ma ne gars ne parce que xam nga suma kiti baaw so dama like tiling tanga dama doon ànd ak nga ñu xam ne dina def tayla
te danga ko dee enjoy
dama gis ne la suma taylee ke nit yi def dee nice so xam nga so si la wa gars ne man dama dugg tayli ma def tayli parce que nga nekkul ku nekk moom na toog office so am na ñeneen ñi am nañ paper bi mënuñoo toog office so why not ma dem def lu xam ne xoolal daf ma dimbali ñoom tamit lu xam ne xoolal daf ma mun a yóbbu si kanam ñoom tamit yóbbu leen si kanam tamit lu xam ne mun a leen xeeb si leneen lu xam ne daal su ma defee teel waaw parce que job boo xam ne la skills dafa uba important comme xam nga Africa fii nii
waaye may ma rek ma dog la Kekuta baalal waa control room woon leen ma young people yi foofu noonu ñi nga xam ne ñooy def TVET su ko defee ñi gis leen xam nañ ne ñu ngi koo def te ñu ngi dem waaw lii laa gum nag wan leen ma ñooñu nga xam ne ñu ngi yëngu si lii di ko def te gisuloo gaa yaa ngee dem te dañoo dem de lii ku ko gis xam ne is positivity te it's li nga xam ne mooy yóbbu réew kanam because skills la ñëpp mënuñoo toog office comme noo ko waxee waa mun ngaa continuer te nga ne da ngaa taal këri nit ñi te mu ngi rafet
waaw
te man dinaa ñëw suma caméra verify ndax loolu am na so Binta waaw so ñaw bi how are you dealing with it you know as a woman?
Okay, first I'm a teacher. I'm a full-time teacher. I teach on a double shift. That's when like a profession behind the like it's part of me because at least I am not a role model only to my younger ones at home but also to my students. It's not only the school that you have to focus on. So mostly when I watch school, that's the time that I go to the tailoring shop and do some work or during the weekend. So no ladder manager at the shop.
Okay.
Currently I'm working there alone. So hopefully someday in the near future, like when I own the biggest shop in Soma,
yeah,
I will employ.
Mashallah, mashallah. So you, at some point, you will leave teaching for tailoring because you have the passion.
Yes.
So what kind of outfits do you do? Do you do something like this?
Yes, and I saw this myself.
You should, and it looks beautiful. Yes. Finishing looks good. I love it. So my outfit next week will be coming all the way from Soma.
No problem.
No matter what. My outfit next week coming all the way from Soma, just so we test and know. But generally, why do you think people are less likely, still reluctant to accept Tibet?
Well, I think that's because, like, mostly I'm talking about my category, like the female categories, because most of us, like, our parents believe that if you cannot make it to school, the best thing for us is marriage.
Yeah.
Yes. So what I'm appealing, like, or what I'm saying, my moms out there is like, if your girl child cannot make it through school education, like formal education, let them go to skills academic centers where they can help themselves and help their family in the future. Yes.
So as a woman, how do you juggle it? Give me the tips. Parce que man dama tayal, man dama dem school dem ñew fi wara toga. How massa? Sometimes I'm ready to talk house no, but man, can I do this? Why now that I see somebody in front of me who's juggling so much, I think I'm confident, and give me the tips, you know. Okay. How do you do double shift? Nga toga si kër bi, nga def everything as a woman, because gis nañ fi gender roles, góor duñ ko wax te dugal wañ. So how do you balance it?
Well, one thing I know is whatever that you want to do right now, you can do it. Like, it just depends on you. Like, because the first thing is like, yes, I want to do this thing. I like you know your schedule, you know your time.
Wow.
So it's just you preparing yourself. Like, at this time I'm doing this, at this time I'm doing this.
So do you have a to-do list?
Yes.
You have a to-do list?
Yes.
To-do list works for you?
Yes.
Okay.
So mostly what I do is like during school days, I go to school and I'm like, okay, today I have to go to the shop no matter what, because there are clothes there that I have to show and the clients are waiting for it.
Right.
So that one, like, I have to prioritize the most. So always on my to-do list, I take things that are more relevant and prioritize them, and just relevant ones, and
it's been working for you.
Yes, it's working for me. Despite sometimes I spend like more than 14-15 hours in a day, or sometimes I have just 3 or 4 hours of rest or sleep.
Yeah, but you need to take a break sometimes. You know, you need to rest sometimes. You know, take a break, sleep. You need it. You know, no matter what, look after yourself. So, Mr. Mane, lan nga am pour wax ndaw yi nga xamne ñu ngi tok ne ñom Europe bi rek la ñoo gis ñom mënu ñoo nekk tay la de ñom loolu dafa ndaw pour ñom de lan nga am pour wax ñooñu noonu bala ñoo dem.
Xam nga fi ku nekk ak sa own idea la ak sa own gis-gis la. So waaye man nag lu ma wax suma feel comme ñu xam ne man leen use leen comme man comme ñu ko waxee rek olof ñam naka bachelor ñun bachelor yi so da nga jaay sa bopp parce que suma
pour wan nit ñi ne yow bachelor nga
non so xam nga comme nekkul ñëppay tukki ñëpp di mën a tukki so waaye xam nga so involved si skills work loo xam ne xoolal loolu noonu daf lay help sa famille dafa tax tamit si yeneen corruption yoo xam ne xoolal to si duga parce que am na ñu ngi fii ñu ngi duga si yeneen problème yoo xam te ne xoolal parce que dama yaa jàngal skills parce que ñëpp ñu ne dañoo tukki so sa tukki bi nag ndogal yàlla la so am na ñeneen ñi am nañ opportunité bi ba léegi mënuñoo tukki ñeneen ñi am nañ visa am nañ everything mënuñoo tukki so balaa ñeneen ñi dutoo su nekkee ne comme yow nekkoo dem school why not comme suma morom yi ñu duga ñu def job xam te ne skill job xam te ne daf ñu mun a yóbbu si kanam dimbale ñu dimbale tamit société bi dimbale tamit country bi parce que soo gisee right now Gambien si nit yaa ngi sonal mooy parce que ndongo ñu bëri ñu ne comme man baaguwee man damaa tukki man damaa dem fële so yow yaa ngi toog benn place demuloo baaguwee tukkiwuloo ba léegi yaa ngi toog benn place seetloo métier boo xam te ne da nga ko mun a def boo xam te ne da nga mën a help sa boppa help sa famille parce que xam nga ne Gambie fii nii ñu dëkkee comme ñu ñàkkee ñu ëppa ñu ami so ñu bëri fii nii youth yi bëri nañ fii nii ñu bëri nañ fii trop so waaye nga youth yi ku nekk su involvé woon si dara waaw dëkk bi dafa dem kanam waaw na dem kanam
time bi dafa jeex taak maa ngi jooy fu mu nekk because amuñ enough time but we can always reschedule like nuñ def ak maam dëggin ñu def ko beneen bés ngeen ñëwaat parce que time bi moom bëriwul torop but just final words balaa ñoo dem what message do you have for young girls out there you know in relation to just everything that the woman you've become?
Okay, my fellow girls out there, what I want to say to you all is like, no muntimel talent métier bi, because sometimes I want to say kër boo xam ne like wala góor sax mu ne la man bëgguma jabar bu jànga loolu mu ngi foofu noonu waaye boo amee métier bi can save you te métier bi dafa nekk loo xam ne like mun nga koo def anywhere foo munti dem rek mun nga koo am despite of the language that you speak because métier moom dafa speak all languages yes just do it correctly and perfectly and you are there.
Yeah, final words quickly.
Okay, lu ma am pour wax suma mbokk yi suma mbokk leen ñu ñëpp youth leen waaw suma youth si suma gaay yi mooy si métier bi leen si téye ba mu dëgër loolu moom la yóbbu dëkk bi kanam métier moo yóbbu dëkk kanam parce que ku toog benn plan nga def dara loolu du yóbbu dëkk kanam te yow tamit du xeeb tamit famille bi du xeeb tamit communauté bi tamit
te su boobaa nga mun a takka jabar bi ñëw parce que mu ne moom fii la li anyway we're just gonna go for a short break now. I'm so sorry you guys, we don't have enough time, but we can always schedule suma romba soma. I will knock on your door and wherever you are as well, there's more we can do together, and I'm so proud of all of you, and good luck if you're supposed to go international with the Stivet competition. So we will go for a short break, and up next we will have our new segment, What's Happening with Lena. She will get to tell us what's happening, so we'll just go for a short break, and when we come back we'll delve right into that. We'll be right back. Do stay, don't go anywhere.
Hello everyone, welcome to another segment of What's Happening with me, Lena Igwenyiba. How interested are you about entrepreneurship? Today I'm going to see Natu, a young entrepreneur running a successful cake shop. Let's go see her. So now I have Natu here with me. I told you she's very successful in her business. Hi Natu.
Hi Elena.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Can you please take me through your journey? Why baking?
Baking, well, it started since when I was young. It doesn't start from baking. It starts from cooking because baking was the last thing. It wasn't even planned. I was so passionate about cooking because I was inspired by my mom. She was a cook back in the days. So from there, after high school, I decided to proceed to learn more about cooking. So I went to the hotel school. That's the GTHI now. That's where I learned about cooking. Then from there, when I went to internship, I normally go to the pastry department in the kitchen. So that's where I got inspired by these cakes and other pastry stuffs. So I decided to watch videos on YouTube. Yeah, so I can say I learned all these things on YouTube.
Can you please tell me what are your challenges now?
My challenges, well, electricity is one of the main challenges that I face because the business it's so small, it's not that big to afford other alternatives like generators or solars. So when there is no light, it delays my work. Yeah, that's one of the challenges, and goods as well. Sometimes, you know, the Gambia, goods are normally scarce. You can have it today, and the next month you will go and you can have it at the market.
So you tell me, I'm asking because a lot of people want to go to the office being seen. For daily game, they don't want to even say, man, I'm a baker.
What I want to tell them that is they all have something that God gave them, a talent. We all have one talent. Even those working at the offices, most of them have their side businesses. So if you are not working at the office, I think that's an opportunity for you to take and do your own thing. Yes, because being employed by your own self, that's so I can even describe. Really, it's really comfortable because you have no pressure. You have pressure. No one has to pressure you.
And how is your business selling? Are they buying? How is it? How is the market like for you?
Yeah, alhamdulillah. I can complain because I'm having customers daily, new customers daily. Because alhamdulillah, my cakes, when most of my customers, I got them from my customers. When my customers try my cake, so they will tell other people. Then that's how my business expands.
All right, welcome back from that break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV. You know, I nearly said this morning, QTV Youth Dialogue. Sorry about that. So, that's Natu right there. You know, she's our favorite you know, baker on Youth Dialogue as well, or in QTV in general, because whenever we have anything, you know, she's the one that does it. And she did a big birthday cake for me, you know, my birthday, and she's been here as well. So she's our favorite, obviously. I think she's the right person if it's a baker.
Yeah, Nacho is really good, Jennifer. Thank you. So today we brought entrepreneurship to you guys. I believe it is really important to really not everybody is meant for the office. Everybody has their own talent and gift that God gives them. And Nacho is one of them. She went to GTHI, she did further her studies, she did empower herself with all of this. And then she's baking. She has a little, very beautiful space, and she's making very yummy cakes. And then what I learned about Nacho is, even with baking, you need to be educated.
Right.
Because because she said even with the ingredients, you have to measure the amount of sugar going. So it's like mastering your craft. So even with everything and anything you do, you need to be educated.
That's
so education is important. Do not silence education, because you want to be an entrepreneur. And then she mentioned quality. I believe, like you said, if she wasn't doing good, you wouldn't be talking about her right now. So, like she said, she gets customers from customers. So, like, you bought the cake and you're like, yeah, she's good. Go get your cake from Natu. So, quality speaks when you are not there. Your products are there to speak for you in your absence. So, it is important in whatever we do in our businesses, we bring quality to the table. It's really, really important. And another thing she talked about, I believe, we all have our side hustles. A lot of people are working and they have like shoe brands, clothing brands, they're selling. So it's more of, and it's employing yourself. You're accountable with whatever happens to the business. And then you're comfortable owning your business, and you're able to employ other people if the business grows. So entrepreneurship is really something great. And then if you have talent, you go for it. And she mentioned the internet. So it has a lot of negative effects. But then the internet can be used, and it can you can use it to tap a lot of knowledge from it. Nata said she watches YouTube to get her recipes, and her recipe is her strength. So she used YouTube to watch videos of bakery. She empowers herself more, so she knows better about what she is doing. So the internet can be put into good use. And you use it to the best of your ability to learn things. It's there, it's out there for everybody. But then you just have to know how to use the internet to benefit everybody and everybody. So entrepreneurship is for everybody. Even I was an entrepreneur. No, I'm still an entrepreneur. I owned a business when I was in high school. So yeah, we can all be entrepreneurs.
Yeah, we should be. Man dama buga halis man. Man forma o ma uyula. But anyway, thank you so much, Lena, for that update. Looking forward to what you have for us next week, inshallah. So control room, I know it's time. Thank you so much. So yes, we have just 3 minutes to go. But yeah, looking forward to the next update that you have for us. Like Ma'am Degen said, amuñ sponsor. So yage send safe space bi dañoo tok rek ne amatut. Te man xam naa ne kenn bëggut loolu. You guys want us to continue. And if you want us to continue bringing you amazing content every single week, you have to make sure to help us. How can you do that? Bring in money. If you bring in money, we get to continue. So don't hesitate, please, to contact our marketing team. And, you know, it's not expensive. Chat with them and they will just, you know, tell you the prices. And then you will get to come and sponsor the safe space for young people in the Gambia. My outfit is provided by Stitches by Coco. Hurry up. There's no time. Abdu, when is my outfit? You see, this is by Stitches by Coco. So if you want an outfit like this, or even better, you know, just Stitches by Coco. The number is 3811206. 3811206. I repeat, 3811206. Stitches by Coco. Thank you so much for the outfit. I appreciate it. So guys, till we come your way next week with another interesting program. Bye.
Bye.